Welcome to Evelyn Colors. I am Evelyn. Today you will see my completed pages for July, my WIPS from July as well as from June. I have some stuff that I've rolled over. Ain't no shame in my game. And you will see my coloring plans for August 2025. The first two pages I have to share with you are from Tiny World's Pocket Pets by Alex Oxton. This is a group buddy color that I'm a part of, hosted by J.I. Colorist. I will link her in the description box as well as up here in the cards. If you want to check out the other illustrations or completed pages of the people in the group, be sure to check out her completed pages video for this month of July. The first page I have to show you here is the Bitty Bear Gardens. I did a lot of the foliage and the background light color here with, I believe, alcohol markers, the greenery. The other portions, the flowers, the water can, the bears, everything else, these orange flowers, the honey cans or whatever you want to call it, jars, I'm sorry. Everything else was colored with Derwent Color Soft colored pencils, and then I did go through and give it a little bit of pizzazz with a metallic gold gel pen, and I also used a white gel pen here. So here it is. I think it turned out very nicely, but at first I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But I got it done, and after completing it, I felt a sense of accomplishment. I was proud of myself. The next page in this book that I completed is this one. This is Otter Adventures Bottle Cap Canal. I used alcohol markers first, and then I went over everything except for the water and the stones here with my Pro Color pencils from Derwent. I enjoyed coloring this illustration because I said, hey, I'm going to color me some pink otters. I'm stepping outside the box. And I had a lot of fun doing this. That's it for Tiny Worlds and Pocket Pets. The next page I have is from Flora Mania by Ravenna. This is the page that I completed. I used my Derwent Pro Color pencils. And for the, I guess, little border basket here, I used my Sharpie metallic in the color of bronze. So that's it here. I really enjoyed coloring this page because I was working on, as you can see, blending and using different colors to make something happen there. So I just thought outside of the box here to do something different. That's all I colored in Flora Mania by Ravenna. The next completed page that I have is from the Nature Mandalas coloring book by Mel Pomini, and this is my page here. This is a buddy color that I did with my top buddy coloring friend, Miss Sherry. I will pop her picture up over here in just a second, but first, here's what you need to know about this page. I used two different types of colored pencils, well, two different brands. I don't know how different they are for real, but I started out with the Koh-i-Noor Polycolor right in here. I know I colored the birds, these flamingos, I think, with the Polycolors, and then I stopped and I did a little bit of the greenery here with Polycolors. And then I decided that I wanted to use my Faber-Castell Polychromos, and I completed the page using those colored pencils. So this is how it all turned out. Now, here is Miss Sherry's picture over here. Check it out. I really like how Miss Sherry colored her mandala. Thank you, Miss Sherry, for buddy coloring with me. You are my top buddy coloring friend, and I appreciate you so much. This actually was supposed to be done in June. I didn't complete it until July. Miss Sherry, she waited on me. Thank you so much, Miss Sherry. I appreciate you always buddy coloring with me. It helps me to get things done, and it pushes me to do coloring. So thank you. It's always great to have a buddy to color with. That's all I colored in Nature Mandalas by Melpomene. I completed 2 pages in the mythographic Wild Summer coloring book by Joseph Cadombane. Here's the first page. This was kind of tough for me, but I got it done. The thing that was tough for me was I couldn't really figure out what I needed to color this. I didn't know if this needed to be the color of the sun here in the center. But anyway, I got it done. So here's what I used for this particular illustration. I used Derwent Color Softs on the blue portion or the background and the fire, the ring of fire here. And I also used Color Soft in certain areas, but I didn't use it until after I had used my other medium, which was the Staedtler Pigment Pen. So I used it on the rest of the picture. The pigment pens, they are art pens. They are pretty nice. What I tried to do was do something I saw Miss Foxy do, is create some type of umbro effect. And I do have the blending solution for the Staedtler pigment art pens that you can use with that. And that's what I was using here, trying to blend it all in. It turned out okay, I guess, considering I was just trying to experiment. The other medium that I used gel pens. I used a few different types of gel pens. I used Sparkle Pop and I used Milky Pop, also Sakura, Stardust, and also the white pen. Let me show you up close and personal how everything turned out. So the background and the ring of fire I did with colored pencil, and the rest of the picture I did with the pigment art pens from Staedtler. I think it turned out very nicely. I kind of got confused over here about where things begin and how they ended. But this is also a buddy color with Miss Sherry. I love how she colored her illustration. When I saw her illustration, I was like, wow, why couldn't I see that like this? Like she colored it. And so, but anyway, thank you again, Miss Sherry, for buddy coloring with me on this. This was another one that took us some time to do, but we got it done. Check out Miss Sherry's completed page. I love it. Thanks again, Miss Sherry, for coloring with me. The next page that I completed is this page. And again, I wanted to break in my pigment pen. So what I did is I used my Staedtler pigment art pens for the water. Every color here in the water is from the pigment art pens. And that's all I used for the water. Well, to color the water. And then for the color pencils, let me see what I think I wrote it down here. I use magic pencils, the Koh-i-Noor magic pencils on the little vines here. And I used my Derwent Color Soft pencils for the little boy, the tiger, the baby tiger tail. Everything else is Color Soft. But the little vines are the magic pencils. I wanted to kind of do something a little bit different. And then I have metallic gel pen, which is from the Jelly Roll. And I also used a black Jelly Roll and a white gel pen. Black Jelly Roll, I think I used it to outline the stripes here. And of course, the white gel pen and the gold metallic there. And that is all I colored in Wild Summer. I'm going to continue coloring in this book, and I will show you those pages at the end of the video, toward the end, because I am sharing with you my plans. That's all I colored in Mythographic Wild Summer. I have another page from a Mythographic coloring book that I completed finally. This is the Voyage coloring book, illustrated by Joseph Cadombang, and here is my page. I used the Prismacolor for this. I was trying to think outside the box. I did not want to color orange pumpkins, so I went with another color. Sometimes I do that. I just kind of do different stuff. This is a buddy color. So here is my buddy's picture right over here. Thank you for reaching out to me to buddy color with me. It pushed me to get this page done. You colored your page very nicely. It turned out so well. Thank you so much. If you'd like to buddy color with me again, Tez, let me know and I'll make it happen as best as I can. That is all I colored in Mythographic Voyage. The next page that I have is from Leon's Journey, illustrated by Kanoko Agusa. I just did the opening page, and this is it here. I did not color the background because I just like it as is. I used colored pencils, specifically the Derwent Pro Color colored pencils. And that is all I used on this page. Leon's Journey by Kanoko Agusa. The next completed page I have is from Fairy Tales, illustrated by Emily Uberg. This is the page. This was challenging. It took a while, but it was relaxing to color this page. I just really didn't know how to color it, to be honest. But what I did is I focused on her face and maybe the little scarf that's around her head. I said, well, this must be the main feature here with her. And then all the other stuff, I'll just do differently. Okay. I used Koh-i-Noor's Polycolor color pencils for this. And I also used the tritones on some of the illustration. Tritones in the little dots here, the little purplish. Then I also used green, yellow tritone. And I think I used it on the little orange petals and stuff. But yeah, this is a buddy color with my buddy, Miss Faith. She is one of the first people that welcomes me into the adult coloring community, kind of showed me the ropes. And I will forever appreciate her and cherish her for that. But here is her illustration. I think hers looked so beautiful. I was like, why couldn't I see it that way? But you know what? We see things differently because we are different, right? She did a beautiful job. I never would have thought to color it the way she did, and I love it. Thank you so much, Miss Faith, for reaching out to buddy color with me. It's always a pleasure buddy coloring with you. That's the only page that I colored from Fairy Tales by Miss Uberg. The last completed page that I have to share with you is from Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. I colored the octopus page here. I really enjoyed coloring this. I really did. I was trying to think outside of the box. I used my Derwent Color Soft color pencils. I did not color a background. I also used a white gel pen, as you can see on the little dots here, little bubbles in the water. I also used Derwent metallic pencil. Sorry about the book dropping out of my hand, but I used the metallic pencil here where you see the little circles, silver. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's a metallic pencil. That's it for my completed pages for July. Now I'm going to move into showing you my WIPs that I did in July. I actually have 3 WIPs that I did for July, and I'm going to also show you a couple of WIPs that I have from June. Okay, so this is the Antique Dollhouse, and I am doing a color and chat series. I started on the first page here. Hopefully I will get this done, but this is a WIP. And also I will be doing this page for a color along in the future. Hopefully I'll get it done this month in August. That's it for the WIPs in Antique Dollhouse by Yumiko Tezuka. The next WIP that I have is from Lulu's House of Wonder. And this is the page here. I started coloring. I am using colored pencils here, and the colored pencils are the Color Soft from Derwent. And this is as far as I've gotten. But I think so far it's turning out to be kind of cute. Yeah. So that's it for the WIP in Lulu's House of Wonder by Lulu Mayo. I finally picked up Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosanes, and I started laying color down. Yeah, I did. And this is what I did here. This is all I did. This is the cover page here of the book. Well, it's on the cover of the book. And this is what I started doing. Okay, that's it. I'm proud of that. I think it looks good. Yeah, so as you can see, here's the picture that's on the cover of Dark Fairy Tales, and then I'm trying to get my little coloring in here. I think it's okay so far. And those are all of the WIPs that I did for July. I'm going to show you the ones that I have for June, which means that hopefully I'll be getting these wrapped up in August. I've already showed this, but I'm showing it again. This is the Forest Girls coloring book by this author here. And I just started this page, and hopefully I'll get it done. Someone requested that I do a color along in one of her books. I will do that, but not in this book. I do not like the paper. I'm going to reach for my other 2 books, make a decision between those 2. Maybe I'll put a poll up and you guys can vote which one you would like to see me do a color along in. But yeah, this is the page, and hopefully I'll get it done for August. The last one I have is from Enchanted Earth by Mel Pomini, and it's this one. Hopefully I'll get this done in August. That is the last WIP that I have to share with you. Next, I'm going to share with you what I plan to color in August. I plan to color a page in Nature Mandalas. Hopefully I can get it done. It's actually just the next page after this one. So I'll be hopefully getting this done in August. The next book I plan to color in is Mythographic Wild Summer, and I have these 2 pages that I have selected, this one and this one. And that's it for Mythographic Wild Summer. The next book I plan to color in for August is Leon's Journey, and I will color this little area with the animals, and hopefully I can get this done. It's just the next page after the title page or the entrance of Leo's page. I want to continue coloring in Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford, and I'm moving on to the next page, which is the turtle page here. And that is it for Magical Worlds. Next, I want to start coloring in my Asian coloring book, which is a Greek mythology coloring book. And I really have not selected a page in here. I thought that I would be into coloring this page, but I don't know how I feel about that. But if I'm not feeling this, then I'll at least try to do like these little pages here to kind of break it in some. The paper feels really, really good too, by the way. That's it for that book. The next coloring book that I have is a Disney coloring book called Celebrations Coloring Book. I lost my other book. I cannot find it, so I ended up picking this up at Walmart to replace the one that I can't find. I don't know if it got accidentally donated or thrown away. I don't know. But I picked this one up at my local Walmart. This is the page that I plan to color. And I look forward to doing it because what I'm going to do is try to color it exactly like what I see here, which should be a challenge, but also fun at the same time. So yeah, that's all I want to color from this book, Celebrations Coloring Book by Thomas Kincaid. I didn't get a chance to color in my Bobby Goods coloring book, so hopefully I'll be able to do that this time in August. I am going to color one of these pages in here, probably this one with alcohol markers and the other with colored pencils. This is the Summer Spring 2022 coloring book. And I have this coloring book that I also want to color in by Bobby Goods. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the first page here. I think that's so cute. This is the Day to Night coloring book, Volume 7. So one of these pages I plan to use alcohol markers and the other one just good old colored pencils. In the buddy color group that I am in, we're coloring from Tiny World's Fairy Homes, and this is one of the pages that we will color. I think I'm going to try to color both of the pages. This one is the Butterfly Dreams Treehouse Village. And then we have a second page that we can color if we want to. I think I'm going to try to do it because it's not really too much. It's not overwhelming. This is the Twinkling Twilight Cabin. And those are the two pages that I will try to color in Tiny World's Fairy Homes. This is the group buddy color that is hosted by J.I. Colorist. The next book that I will be coloring in is this book. It's called Daydreams, and it is illustrated by Angela Porter. This was gifted to me by Miss Yaya. Thank you so much again. I have actually started coloring in this, and I really, really love it. I'm not completely done with it yet, but so far it's turning out very nicely. I plan to move on and color the first page in this book for August. Okay? That is all I plan to color in Daydreams. The next book I plan to color in is my little Yuri coloring book, the little mouse artist. I have a page I completed here and I'm ready to move on. I think I'm going to focus on coloring the little characters, giving them some color here. And that's all I will be doing in this book here with little Yuri the mouse, the little mouse artist that is. The next book I plan to color in is Mythographic Romantasy by Veronica Kalinska. I will just start with the first page, and if I finish this fairly quickly or slowly, I don't know. I will move on to the next one. I think this is a gorgeous page here. So who knows? I might color this one first. It looks very nice. Those are the only two pages that I plan to color in Mythographic Romantasy. I plan to color something in my Scandinavian coloring book. Actually, this is my what you call project book. I will be coloring this. This paper is pretty good, so I may be experimenting with different mediums in this book. I'll see. I don't know. But this is the page that I've chosen. And I'm in this book, I'm just going, in the order. Just, not jumping around or anything like that. Just going in order. That's it. If I finish this and I feel like I want to move on, then I'll go to this page here to color this. But as it stands, I am focusing on this page. In Scandinavian by Zena Shah. The next book that I have is Circle of Life. And this is a page that I have been thinking about coloring. It reminds me of a mandala. So I'm going to try to give it a good go. That's all I chose to color in this book, Circle of Life by Mel Pomini. The last book that I plan to color in for August is World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. I'm going to focus on this page here. I think that's what I want to do. And that is it. Sometimes when I share my plans, they fall through. But hopefully they will not fall through, and I will come very, very close to getting my plans complete this month, in the month of August. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you know when I have a new video uploaded. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep calm and keep coloring. Bye.